What's happening? Intro to business class. We have entered our second week. As many of you have seen, our two chapters a week are not one after the other. So you're going to see us hop around a little bit, but I think that that's the best way of the use of our time since this is only a 7.5 week course. I wanted to make sure I got you the standards that we are required by the state to have. So please don't get confused and try to work on every chapter because we are not going to go through the entire book. We're going to hit up the chapters that are most important to our standards and intro to business. This week, I want to just kind of recap last week, let you guys know what we did, and hopefully everybody's on the same page. We should have completed some discussions, which was an introduction, which also served as your discussion for the week. I know there's some concerns for students, and this is all students and at all levels, as you continue your educational process. So if you go on to your bachelor's degree and you do it online or you take an online class, this is going to be a part of that class as well, no matter in what institution you go to. If you go on to your master's degree and you are in a hybrid or in an online class, you will also have more in-depth discussions where references are going to be required. You're going to be required to cite things in the discussion. So this is kind of just the beginning of your journey with discussion. So I do want you to take it, put some importance to it. This is equivalent to actually coming to class. So the discussions are approximately 30% of your grade. So please don't take it lightly. It is a very important part of the process. I do not accept one sentence replies. I do not accept you have a great point here. Thank you for your point. I do reply to your discussion, so occasionally go back in there after a couple of days that have started and review if I have any questions for you and reply to me if I do. The purpose of the discussion is for us to connect as a class, not only from a teacher to student, but also student to teacher and student to student. So it's important for us to make those connections in our online environment. Last week was super simple because it was tell me about yourself. So it should have been a pretty straightforward. A lot of very interesting people in our class, from athletes to actresses. We have people who have full-time jobs and our parents full-time. We have people working in third shift, second and first shift and coming to school online. Despite your story, I think you guys are amazing people. I've always impressed when I read about your story and what you have on your plate. I think we have a homeschool mom, or a mom that homeschools her kids, I should say, and also is doing her online work. So very impressive, very impressive. All of you have a very interesting story, and I appreciate you taking time to go, and I congratulate you for furthering your education. So in recap here, if you did not complete your discussion and reply to at least two other people, please do so. I'm going to leave that week open for you. I know it was our first week and we started the ground running. We did not take a break. We did not skip a week. So I understand this is a very accelerated class. So I will work with you as long as you let me know what's going on. That way I can keep track of it. Once I've entered a grade, it's hard to remember if you complete it later on. So you have to inform me to let me know what's going on in the past work that you're working on. This week, we have a couple of things going on this week. Our chapter 5 and chapter 6. Chapter 5 is entrepreneur in small business environments. We're going to define what it means to be an entrepreneur and what is a small business. We're also going to take a look in chapter 6 from an organizational perspective. What does management mean and the role of management? So for some of you who are HR focus or principles, not principles, a management focus, this is a good chapter to kind of understand the world of management. We'll be talking on some of the theories and functions of management. So we'll be defining management in a little more detail. If you are a management major, then in another course, Principles of Management, we'll go into even more in depth about management. The other thing that's due this week that I would like for you to do is you watch a video. This is a sort of a breakdown of a couple philosophies on ethics, and business and ethics go hand in hand. We actually have a class that you'll take called business ethics. However, this just kind of introduces these 2 points of view, and I'm asking you to kind of view them and tell me what you think you side with. Do you believe more in a deontological or deontology or utilitarianism? And they'll explain it. That way you understand what they mean. And my discussion, or the discussion this week, is, which one of these do you most agree with? I understand that sometimes you might not agree with it and sometimes you will, but tell me that. Tell me which one you're most likely to make decisions on. Again, please remember, in a discussion, you have to reply to 2 other people. And if I ask you a question, you have to reply to me. So make sure you are checking your discussions. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have these discussions completed properly. This is 30% of your grade. So please make sure you take your time to do the discussion, put some effort in it. Do not give me 1-sentence replies. I will not give you full credit for that. Other than that, guys, I think you're doing well. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine this semester. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I just want to lay out some expectations because I know some people might not have had me in the past. If you email me, I try to get back to you as soon as possible, but know that there's times with classes of this size that it takes me a while to get back to every email as quick as possible. There are times where I see the email and I'll immediately reply, but don't expect that every day. There is a 48-hour window for us, like a 2-day to reply to emails for professors. That's the standard. I never take that long, but please be patient with me. I know if you get an email right away or you get a reply right away, that's just because I try to do that, but that's not the standard. So please know that I'm not always going to be able to email you back within a couple minutes or within a couple hours. There might be some time where it might take me a day. So please know that there's a 48-hour window to reply to emails. Also, in grading, I did get a couple emails saying I did my work and I have not seen my grade. I wait till Sunday night for everything to be closed, and then the following Monday, so today, I begin grading for what would be last week's work. I do not grade last week's work because it's still in progress. So please know that it's going to take about a week in a class this size. I think we have close to 100 people in these intro to business classes that we're doing, and it'll take me about a week to read everyone's comments and go through all the work and get your grades updated. So be patient. I know everybody likes to see what they're getting, and updating your grades and making sure that it's there as soon as possible is one of my priorities. So just be patient with me and know that I am not ignoring your grade. I just do not grade that same week's work until the following week when that is closed out. I appreciate it, guys. That's about it. I'm sorry this video took longer than I wanted to, but I hope you're enjoying the class. I will continue to post videos to let you know what's going on, and make sure you complete those discussions in Chapter 5, Chapter 6. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.